What's up YouTube, Day Happy Wargames. We're here with Rob, and as you can see, Rob is bringing you his updated Mekk Knight Invoked deck profile, and as you can see from the map, of course he is a bit of an Invoked Mekk Knight fan. So without further ado, I'm going to let Rob take you through the profile and show you what we got, and the differences this beautiful card makes to the deck now. So pretty. It is actually a really nice card, I like it in secret. Show us what you've got in the main deck, Mekk.
Right, so for monsters, pretty standard. I see some people playing two, but I think triple purple is still necessary. It's your main searcher, you get it off of memory and then you just banish it itself when memory goes off to return it to the hand, so it's fine. Again, people are only playing two blue sky, but it's your main searcher, especially if your opponent doesn't know what you're playing and they start setting stuff in the same columns, especially if they go like spell and trap, monster, extra deck, then you're laughing because you can search three. It's busted. One indigo, it's really iffy, like especially if you can set a column, summon that, move it, summon something else, then it's great because then at least you've got a 24 beater on board. And if you were playing the spell and traps, then you can move it and negate stuff. Again, debatable, red moon or yellow star. I think this is more because I'm playing two kaijus, so summon the kaiju, summon the Mekk Knight in the column. If you've got stuff in the grave, pop it, banish it, attack. Onto the invoke, so triple Alistair, self-explanatory. Only 3 hand traps, so Ash. I was playing Droll, but dropped it for more like consistency, purely because I was opening too many hand traps, and it gets really cloggy if you start opening stuff. Plus, it's a decent target for Purge Trio.
The only target for Purge Trio, isn't it? Purge Trio for the beatdown.
You got Phoenix in the extra, that's it. So spells, so triple terraforming. Again, like the ratio, some people playing 2 terraforming and 3 meltdown, but I'm playing it reverse. Purely because opening too many Alistairs, so if you open like terraforming, meltdown and Alistair, then you haven't really got anything because the other 2 cards in your hand are not likely to be Mekk Knights that you can do everything with. Plus, meltdown being a field spell, so you can't just set it and then summon a Mekk Knight, whereas terraforming you can because it's just a regular spell. Double invocation, I was playing it at 3, but it's just too much. Like sometimes you need to hard draw it if they're Ash your Alistair or Ash your meltdown, but 2 is enough basically. 3 memory, it's honestly quite busted. Summoning a Mekk Knight from the deck, so you get out, like I said, you get out purple, use purple's effect to return it, and then if you've opened another purple, then you obviously do 1 during your end phase, 1 during your opponent's. You've got 2 searches, and there's not a lot they can do because once it's not on the field.
And you can search it.
Yes.
With the new boy.
Yes. Which
we'll get to when we get there. Morning Star.
The other thing about memory, like, so if you're playing red moon or yellow star, then you just summon it straight out. As long as you've got material in the grave to banish, then you can just pop a problematic card in regardless of the column. So obviously then you can just summon it wherever you need it. My control 3 is self-explanatory because it's absolutely busted. Double scapegoat, 3 is too much, but 2's just enough because you sort of see it when you want it. Or,
gives you a first turn play.
Yeah, as soon as they know what you're playing, they'll just make you go first. So then you obviously side out the going second stuff and side in the going first. In terms of draw power, the only thing we're playing is double desires. I wasn't playing it, and then put it back in purely because I needed sometimes just to dig that bit deeper, and just sometimes the top decks of it are just ridiculous. And then for hand trap stoppage, it's just too cool by the grave. Traps, so in terms of impermanence, purely because you can set it. I was playing Veiler at 2, but this is, I think, better. It does the same job.
You do both the back row and the front row kind of ability.
But obviously with Veiler, yeah, it's a target for Mekk and such, but I think this is a little bit better because again it gives you a first turn play, set it in a pendulum column if you know you're playing against pendulums, and then you're sort of laughing to a degree. And then just triple evenly, especially if you're going for the OTK, which this pretty much is. Just wipe their board and then just go in for the kill. Extra deck. 2 Morningstar, absolutely ridiculous. The fact that you can just summon Alistair, summon a Mekk and make it. If it was 2 Mekk Knights, then it's still good. But
it'd be a little bit harder to do.
Yeah, it's still harder to do.
I think that's the thing, is the fact that it's not 2, like you said, it's not 2 Mekks, it's 1 Mekk and then 1 other monster. So you normally summon Alistair, get your search out, special out your Mekk, make this guy. This guy can then, so this guy, when it's link summoned, you discard 1 Mekk Knight monster or World Legacy card in your hand and add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. So it can deck fin, and because it is a World Legacy card, you can search out your World Legacy's memory, then activate memory and put a Mekk Knight in its column. And then its second effect is if a Mekk Knight battles, I believe it is.
Yeah, if it's battles with, if it's not in the same column as it, then it's not destroyable battle.
Yeah. So if your Mekk Knight monster battles a monster in a different column than it, your monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, you take no battle damage from that battle. So it's a nice way of getting rid of beaters on board and stuff like that.
So it combos quite well with Indigo, which is obviously debatable. But the fact that if you open too many Mekks, but you've got Red Moon or Yellow Star for popping, then you discard fodder, and then you just search your memory, set memory, activate memory even, and then you've created your own column without doing anything. But then mind control as well, because it's any monster, you just take your opponent's stuff and then you laugh it, or even if you kaiju them, mind control it and such. So fusions, so double Mekka. 3 is just overkill, and to be honest, I barely ever go into the second one. Only 1 Purgatrio, because you only make it if you're going to kill them, and you very rarely need a second one unless you're not playing it properly. So links, so Boral Load, might come out for Boral Sword if I ever get hold of one.
I personally think Boral Dragon's better, but that's just personal preference.
Spectrum Supreme, purely because it's easier to make now. You haven't got to get rid of as many resources, especially if you've got 3 Mekk Knights, they're each 2k, and you get rid of that. It catches a lot of people off guard, because if there's nothing in the same column, then it just swings for 3k to the face. Yeah, it's quite busted, it just catches people off guard. Decode for the OTK again, just gains attack and then just swing. Nightmare package, so Unicorn, Phoenix and Cerberus for problematic monsters. Proxy Dragon for Scapegoat. Underclock, because it's Underclock. And then for the Link ones, Link Spider and Link Karibo.
Cool. I'm assuming you've considered, I mean, whether it's in your main or side, but putting a Nightmare Mermaid in there just in case you get ibbed.
Yeah. It was in there for Euros and Nats, but it didn't
do anything for you.
I think it came up maybe once, and that was it.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence, but once it does come on, you do want to have the outside. If it's not being main, definitely a side card option. Anyway, that is it for the updated Mekk Knight Invoked profile. As you can see, Morningstar adds quite a bit to the deck. It definitely helps you get a Link monster on board, while also getting your Alistair engraved to use and abuse his ability that bit more, which is probably why you don't play Spellbook of Knowledge as consistently anymore.
Played Spellbook of Knowledge at the Southampton Regionals, and it honestly was terrible.
Yeah.
It just screwed me over so many times.
I mean, obviously you don't want to get rid of your Alistair either, because you now want to use it for your Mekk Knight summon, and then once we get the Alistair Link, which should be coming out in Valhalla, again you can add that in, and the deck's then going to have, maybe you'll probably have 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, whatever, but it gives you a lot more to play with. Anyway, that is it for the profile. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. We have got many more Cybernetic Horizon profiles coming up for you this entire week, and even more so because there are so many different decks out there that have changes to be made to them. It's unreal. But like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out our box opening, maybe more than a box, close to a case opening, coming out on Thursday. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling! What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.